Hey everybody, G-Bear here, Homesteading the Desert. This is video number 2 for March 24th, 2018. I got a few things done even though the wind's been blowing and howling over here. Right now inside the battery room here, I want to show you that where I had originally had the battery jumper cables. They're down. I put them down there now. I had them temporarily jumping across here. I put some 2-gauge wire in, made up some new cable jumpers here, and there's another. The other one back here in the back is the negative running across. And I was surprised that I found this terminal and this terminal, the nuts were loose. I don't know how I missed those last time, but that was taking a couple of batteries offline. And they're all back online now. And you notice that before I had the positive cable tied on here that went over to the big inverter. That's this line. Well, what I did was I took it off while I was doing all of this, and I tied it up down there on the last battery. So the positive now is on the last battery in this whole run here. And the negative is on the first battery up here. And what that does is it shares this whole bank. It ties them all together and shares them as one gigantic 12-volt battery. I'm not jumping off of the middle somewhere. It gives everything like an even draw. So as it's pulling electricity off there, it draws evenly through the whole battery bank. That's a pretty interesting thing that you should do. I saw that on a video I watched. I can't remember who I watched it, but because it was about 3 years ago. But that's something you might want to do if you're setting up a battery bank. And I did tell people once before, this is a series parallel system, 12-volt DC. And what you're looking at here, the jumper, they got the red and the black ends on it. That jumper runs between two 6-volt batteries. You know, you tell a 6-volt battery by 3 caps on it. A 12-volt battery will have 6 caps on it. But what I did was I tied this one and this one together, 2 6-volt batteries. I tied those in series to make a 12-volt battery. And then this one here is the same thing. This is a 12-volt battery. And this one again is a 12-volt battery. This one is a 12-volt. Now these big ones are the parallel connections. And what that does is it ties positive to positive, positive to positive. These little jumpers are positive to negative. That's the series. I took a 6 and a 6 and I tied them together. So I still had a negative and a positive pole when this became a 12-volt battery. Then these jumpers right here tie them together so it's 12 and 12 and 12. Okay, now when you tie them in series, you don't increase the amperage. When you tie them in parallel, you do increase the amperage. So these are 232, let me get around this way so you can see it. These are 232 amp hour each. So if I was running 6 volts, it would be 232 plus 232 plus 232. But what it is now is this group is a 232, even though there's two of them together. It's only 232 because this did not increase the amperage. It only increased the voltage. And then when I tie them together this way, it keeps the voltage the same, but it increases the amperage. So the parallel increases the amperage, the series increases the voltage. Okay? Just wanted to go over that one more time. So I got that done, and I had to solder all of these together. I had to put new ends on them and all of that. I wish that they had the AWG wire. It's a little heftier, but this is fine. It's just, they're short runs, so I shouldn't have any problem with voltage drop on that. And as you can see, my voltage is right up there, running 14 volts, 14.1 here, and I'm still putting a charge in from the solar. The wind is starting to calm down a little bit right now, although it's still a little breezy out here. and I'm going to show you my next addition. I did move some things out of the van that I brought up. I moved my food inside, and I brought my beer supply here because it was on sale, so I bought a 30 pack. That'll last a while. And this is what I did in here. This is what Bill gave me as an advanced housewarming gift. My weather center. Yeah, now I don't have to guess or go by inaccurate telephone forecasts or TV forecasts. I can actually see what's going on. And here's the wall-mounted unit. I got it on here now. I've set it all up. This is March 24th at 6:03 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But this also adjusts automatically for daylight savings time, so it's already set up. There's my moon phase, and my barometric pressure is at 29.96. Okay, this is a future forecast. It won't actually kick in. It's going to take a few hours. It's got a 14-day learning mode, automatic built into it. Right now, the wind speed is at 9 miles per hour, but it did get up to 22 miles per hour at some points here, averaging now at 8 miles per hour. It gusts and goes back and forth, but right now it's holding steady at 10 miles per hour. All right, dew points at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, so if it gets below 32 tonight, then we're going to have some dew on everything. Indoor temperature right now, I've got the door wide open here, is 69 with 30% humidity. And this is the outdoor temperature right now is 55 with 42% humidity. And then down here is the history. So right now it's showing the temperature history, but it shows that it got up to 70 out here today. But it's not really going to, the history is not going to work until it's been a day or so. But I can change the history mode here. This is the wind speeds, and this one's only showing that 5 to 10 miles per hour because it hasn't had any history. It only has the last hour or so that it's been running here. And then this is the barometric pressure. Again, this doesn't have any history. It'll happen tomorrow. I'll have history on here. I like leaving it on the temperature so that I can see what the temperature highs and lows are each day. Cool. Thank you very much, Bill. This is going to get a lot of use, and every time I look at it, I'm going to think Bill. I appreciate it. All right. As you can see, I got my TV on. I'm watching some news, and I've got I'm picking up the LA channels. I still get the channels from San Diego, and that's my Samsung TV I brought up last time. You can see what a nice picture it has. All right, I'm going to take you outside. I'm going to show you the sending unit from that weather unit. I put that up on the peak of the cabin right there, so it's unobstructed. And that's a little thing spinning out of the top is reading the wind speed. And then the other sensors are inside of it that actually do the temperature barometer and all of that stuff. And as you can see, my wind turbine is still kicking out electricity. I don't need any more right now. I've got everything turned on. I've got indoor, outdoor lights running. I got the TV running. Everything's running, but I've got 14 plus volts in my battery banks. I only need 12.6 to be full. So I've got to get that dump load hooked up to the outdoor shower water heater, and that'll give me some extra hot water outside. That's it. G Bear signing off.